Fix it again, Tony. So what we got on the channel today is a 2020 Ford F-150. It's got the 3.5 liter EcoBoost, and apparently it's running rough. So got some new coils, coil boots, and plugs. So, you know, I'm not too much of a Ford guy, but I looked up some stuff on the internet. I think it's gonna be all right. So let's go ahead and get into it, see where we land. I'm gonna go like step by step on the first one, and the rest of them should just be the same. It's just, you know, a little bit harder to get to depending on what's around it, you know. But anyway, let's jump in, see what happens. First thing we got to do is get these 10mm nuts off. Get this cover out of the way. Some of these, well, I'll show you. Once I get this cover off, I'll show you. Apparently they're, I don't know, you know, I said I'm not a Ford guy, so I'm not sure. But this engine was in these trucks for a few years, and apparently there is a intake style that covers the passenger side coils, so you have to take the whole intake off. Thankfully this is not one of them. So we're just going to start over here on the driver's front, where it's the easiest thing to get to. I'm going to try to get you in there. It's too tall for my tripod, so let's go. Let's go with that. I think you can see well enough what's going on. I'm going to move my platform over to the other side. The bolts that hold the coils on are 8mm. So, well, let's get that guy out of the way first, make it a little easier for us. These clips, this type is kind of hinged. You just press down on it like that, and then it should basically lift straight off, more or less. Make a liar out of me. Oh, there we go. All right. So, 8mm bolt. Has a captured nut, a captured washer, so it won't come off. But then these guys, this white clip just slides to the back and it unplugs. So that's it. Kind of give her an easy little twist and pull. There we go. First one's out. It looks okay. It's not burned or anything. Sometimes I guess they'll melt around the tips. So, all right, get our ratchet set up going and get that first plug out. I think these are 5/8. We're about to find out. Well, I need a longer extension. Let's see. Yeah, it's 5/8. Well, I guess I don't need one, but it'd make it a little easier to get to. Pretty tight. She's pretty tight. Okay. Go. What I read on the internet is that the gap is supposed to be 0.030. So the factory plug, the gap is a little wider than that, which is kind of, you know, to be expected. There's some wear on the whatever ground strap. The new plugs are slightly tighter than that, but it's really not enough, I don't think, to warrant adjusting it. I'm gonna spot, you know, I'm gonna check the other ones and make sure they're the same as this one, but it's right there on it, the 0.030. So I'm calling it good enough. Of course, we're having the old faithful issue of the rubber insulator or rubber grabbing thing, grabbing too tightly and leaving itself stuck to the insulator. So what I'm going to do is just barely put it in there, get it started, and then with the one with the rubber in it, and then I have another 5/8 spark plug socket that doesn't have that rubber in it, so then I'll tighten it down with that one. But I use this one for pulling them out and installing, and then the other one for tightening them. Just go in easy. I don't want to bang it against the bottom. Okay, and we definitely don't want to cross thread. Definitely don't want to cross thread these. Okay, go ahead and pull this guy out. Make sure, yep, our rubber insert is still in there. Now we're going to switch it out. And I'm going to use my battery ratchet to run this on down. And there is a torque spec. The internet said that it's I think it was 113 inch-pounds. I converted it to foot-pounds because I don't have inch-pounds on my torque wrench. I got a 3/8 torque wrench, and it's like 11.08 or something like that. So I'm gonna go with 11 foot-pounds. See how that feels. I'll show you guys how to use one of these in case you haven't seen it. So you loosen off on this end piece, then you can turn your handle to get to what you want. So this one starts at 5. So I don't know if you can see that really well, but 5, and it's pointing toward the 0. So if we put, you know, if we come all the way around, So we're back to 0 again, and now we're at 10, but I need 11. So I'm gonna advance it to the 1. There you go. So that's 11 foot-pounds. Tighten this back down a little bit. Okay. And this is a click type. So once we reach the appropriate torque, it should click, and then we know that we're where we need to be. Well, I think that was it already. Yep. There we go. 11 foot-pounds. All right. So now I grab the new coil, get that run back in. All right, coming back in with the new coil. These are from TRQ. I think TRQ does good stuff. I know there's a whole thing about using factory coils and whatever, but this has some whatever electrolytic juice already in it. Right, back down on the plug, run our 8mm bolt back in, and there's probably a torque spec for this. I didn't look. You just don't want to over tighten it, because I think it just goes right into plastic. Well, it has a metal insert, but there we go. Give it a good little grunt. Go ahead and reattach our coil wire. Push the clip back up. Reinstall this, whatever. I don't know if it's PCV, whatever it is, but easier said than done, apparently. I assumed that would just snap back in, but not today. Well, nope. Okay, well, you get the idea. We'll holler at this later. Argue with it later, rather. Right, while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect these other two coils on this side. Also easier said than done. This one has a little rubber band on it. Okay. They're both wanting to be a little bit more of a pain than this first one was, so on to the time lapse. right. Fire it up. Make sure it ain't missing before I put this cover back on. Sounds good to me.
Sputtering some.
Yeah. Pretty good to me.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
A lot better.